Hello everyone. So today I will present my PhD subject entitled Uncertainties Quantification Related to the Implementation of Reverse Logistic Process. This work is presented by me, Mrs. Maya Sukaina, and supervised by Mrs. Adiba Buzkri Idrisi and Mrs. Amina Liagoubi. So to begin, let me introduce you the table of contents that contains a simple introduction, then the synthesis of the literature, the problematic of the subject, reverse logistics uncertainties, the mathematical model, and finally a conclusion. So, first of all, what is the concept of reverse logistics? Let us firstly make comparison between conventional or classic logistics and reverse logistics. So in conventional logistics, we have two main actors that are the company and the customer. First input is the raw materials that is created in the company and transported to the customer as a final items or final product. After consummation of this product, we have at the end of this process the used product or waste. And of course, at each step of this process, we have some impacts. So the first impact is the overconsumption of natural resources, then the emission of greenhouse gases, and the environmental pollution due to waste. So here we can uh, introduce the reverse logistics as a solution for reducing all these impacts. So we have the first solution is to sell these used products to other markets uh, that are second markets. That means the quality of these products are not high quality. And here we have the advantage of minimization of waste. Then we have the remanufacturing as a second solution to gain economic and environmental value. Thirdly, we can minimize the natural resources consumption in order to use products as raw materials. So the process of reverse logistics contains 5 main steps that are the barrier, collection, sorting, treatment, and expedition system. And of course, to coordinate between all these steps, we need an information system. So this is the process of filtering our literature. So we used before 4 main databases that are Scopus, Web of Science, ScienceDirect, Tyler, and Francis. So firstly, we filtered by the time spent and discipline. Then by reading the title and keywords, that gave us 775 papers. Then we filtered by reading the abstract, by clustering them, by selecting clusters. We selected 3 clusters, and we had finally 150 papers for full text reading and analyzing. So to resume all these information that we have in our literature review, we divided our topic in 3 clusters that are reverse logistic implementation, reverse logistic environments, and reverse logistic process. The first cluster contains 26% of papers in our bibliography, For the second, which is reverse logistics and environment, 23%. And for reverse logistic process, we had 51%. So we chose the first cluster, which is reverse logistics implementation, due to the lack and gaps that we have in the developing countries as well as Morocco in this field. We need more solutions and techniques to implement this process in this country, specifically in the industrial sector. So this cluster was divided in many subjects that are reverse logistics success factors, reverse logistics and Internet of Things, reverse logistics and VRP, reverse logistics and AI, the barriers of reverse logistics, the reverse logistics and Industry 4.0, and reverse logistics implementation. Then we selected the reverse logistics implementation, and we found that the great barrier of this implementation is the uncertainties. For this reason, we searched for articles that treated this topic from 2016 to 2025. Let us now treat the uncertainties in the reverse logistics process. So, the 5 steps of this process. We found the uncertainties related to time, transportation or warehousing costs, treatment costs, quantity of returned products, quality of returned products, environmental impacts, the integration of new regulations. And we decided to focus on the uncertainties related to time and costs and also environmental impacts. We searched for the papers that raised uncertainties by mathematical models, and we chosen to work on the FMENLP, fuzzy mixed integer non-linear process, because it treated and integrated uncertainties related to this process. So to make our mathematical model, we chose 3 objective functions related to cost, time, and environmental impacts. For the costs for the uncertainties related to costs, we have transportation, warehouse, treatment, or other costs. We have the uncertainties related to time of transportation, warehousing, treatment, expedition. And then for the uncertainties related to environment, we have GHG emission and treatment. To make our mathematical model, this is the procedure we follow. So first of all, we try to make a comprehension of reverse logistic process, then determination of the real problem, determination of the objective and constraints, and then formulate the mathematical model by decision variables, objective functions, and constraints, then the resolution of the model, and also the application in reality by a case study, and then discuss the results. So this work is still in work. For this reason, we try to represent this part of our work, and the rest of the work will be analyzed and discussed in the future opportunities. Thank you for your attention.